When I attended Casada at the very beginning, I was finishing college, and so it was like over 15 years ago. And we had just this one building, and our classroom was in the preschool department. And I went to Brother Wayne one day and I said, we need another class. And he said, well, that's great, but we don't have anywhere for you to meet. And so he said, well, let's start a class. And we met in the annex in the supply closet.
When I met Sherry, we were trying to pack, 14, 15 people our age in there, and it's got to be very tight. And so we kind of started looking around the church and noticed all these people who were our age that weren't in our Sunday school class. So that's when the Challenge to Build campaign came up, and that's when they started wanting to build the other building over there.
And when we were approached by the church to commit to give to the Challenge to Build, that was one thing we talked about. Of we don't want people to be in the same position we were in, where we wanted to get more people in our church and we didn't have room for them.
So when Brother Jim mentioned the big gift 2 years ago, he mentioned that they were adding some more Sunday school rooms, and that's when I really thought about what Sunday school meant to me, because that's where I've learned the most. Whether I can talk about the sermon or the Sunday school lesson, or just tell people my struggles. And through Sunday school, I've been able to kind of have a little family. So with these new rooms, I was really excited because people can come and then new classes can start. I like what Brother Jim says, church happens in circles, not in rows. Because in Matthew 18:20 it says that where two or more are gathered in his name, there he will be also. It's true, because that's where I've found the most meaningful conversations in my life to happen is in Sunday school.
Forget the former things.
Do not dwell on the past.
It is nothing compared to what I'm going to do.
For I'm about to do something new.
See, I have already begun.
Do you not see it?
Isaiah 43, 18 and 19.
Sometimes it's difficult as a pastor to lead your church to do something like this, because it's costly and it's uncomfortable, but it has a purpose. I've been here a little over 15 years, and the church has really grown and really flourished during that time. And it's easy, I think, to look back, and even though there's always rough spots, easy to look back and think, man, God has done so much. And my concern is always that we get comfortable with that, we get satisfied with that, and we just sort of stop and, kind of cruise the rest of the way. And I don't want to do that. In fact, our theme passage is from Isaiah 43. And God literally says to his people, I've done all these things for you, but I want you to put that aside. I want you to forget it, because I want to do something new. And I've already started. And look at it, see it. And that's why we've chosen the theme of vision. I want you to see the new that God is doing. I'm so excited about the new environment we're providing to worship in, with more seats, with new lighting and a new sprinkler system for safety and new sound system, and I'm excited about that. And I think we're going to be able to worship in new and exciting ways. I'm excited about the new environment for welcoming people. We've needed a big entrance hall for so long, and I just envision people walking in who are lost and lonely and need Jesus. I'm excited about the prayer garden, a place for people to come and connect with God. You're going to love it so much. It'll be a special place. And I'm so excited about the future. I've seen what God has done in the past, but I'm even more excited about the future.
God owns the cattle of 1,000 hills. And because of his faithfulness and the fact that he owns it, he gives us the privilege of participating in his kingdom's work. So we get to give back to him a little bit of what was his to start with. And that's over and above the tithe, because we believe that must go first. And our very first building fund campaign came just as our son was ready to go to college. We struggled with it, we made a commitment, we fulfilled our commitment, and he proved himself faithful over and over again. And only 3 years later, we had a son and a daughter at the university at the same time. He still provided, and he still took care of every need that we had. Maybe a want got left out, but never did a need get left out.
You know, we've seen God work, and we've seen how faithful He is, and He's just blessed us in so many ways. But one of the things that I have learned about being here at Coushatta is how people serve and what an influence that is on us to be able to just jump in and take part of that, because I feel the blessings just come flowing to us. And so if we're serving, we're going to serve Him by giving and supporting this building fund.
Our prayer is that through this building, more people will come to know Jesus as their Savior.
We were talking, and I said, "What did you make when you first started teaching?" I think his first paycheck was like $400. So things were always tight, and then we had the little ones after a while, but we always tithe because that was just something that we were going to do.
And since we've been here, we've gone into the Big Give program, and we both prayed about that, and we said we wanted to be part of it, and we have. And we don't miss it. And to see the church grow like it's grown, and to see all the new faces that we see, and now our children and our grandchildren are coming to church, and to see them have an opportunity to be part of this, it's just a great feeling to know that we've given back in a small way to make this possible for other people and other families.
Well, I have been a part of this church since I was about 5 years old, and I remember coming to church in the new sanctuary when it was being built, and it's neat to see how this has expanded, and I remember being a part of that, and the fact that we've got 2 daughters that get to grow in this church and be a part of it is really cool. Is really neat to see, and how they both baptized here, and you know, tithing with the expansion and the growth of the church. Tithing is something it wouldn't be able to be possible without, and we take pride in the fact that we're able to give and just be a small part, a very, very small part of such a big church.
Well, and then we're also blessed in that we can go a little bit above and beyond, and we're able to contribute to the Big Give and other things like that, especially when our children, you know, will grow up here as well.
When I think of our dollars coming to this church, I don't see it as just dropping off an envelope, or now we do it online, or however you do that. But I think of the way that the dollars impact the actual building, the actual ministers, the actual preschool department, the actual adult education. And when I can see how God uses that, it's very fulfilling to me.
I'm excited about the new things. I don't know if I can see it all, but I know that I see so much more ahead than even what God's done in the past. And so I long for you to join with me and be the church, and setting the stage for generations beyond even the ones we can see. And you and I are going to invest our energy and our time and our money, and we're going to make a difference in this community. And we're going to make a difference that's we've already been doing for over 100 years, and it's going to happen for 100 more. And this building and the things that we're dedicating and committing ourselves to are a huge part of that. And I can't wait to see God's vision for the future of Coushatta Baptist Church.